Hello, welcome to my channel where I'm building my own digital assistant named Shane, like Jarvis from the Iron Man movies and comics. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, I did bring my webcam back. According to my SEO service, I need the webcam so you guys can see my face. And so we've been working I've chosen Unity to be my user interface. So far, you could watch my previous videos, but we've done speech recognition in Unity. And then we've imported my logo, which I use for pretty much everything, my YouTube channel, my social media. And then we moved that logo into Blender and then into Unity. And then we were able to create a program where I send information from Unity to Python and back. And now in this video, we're going to animate the logo, do speech recognition, and set the foundation for a true voice-activated digital assistant. And so for that, we also need a speech-to-text or text-to-speech program. And in the past, in my videos, I've used the Python text-to-speech, and it's so robotic. So I want to try some offline options first. And there's one called Piper TTS. And so the first step in this project is I'm going to show you how to quickly do a speak function using Piper TTS. So in the video description, I'll leave this GitHub link, but the first thing you'll need to do is download some voices. So here is the GitHub, the main page, and it has moved. And so this is it, and I'll put the link in the description to here. And so you're going to need to download some voices first. So you come down here and you go to voices, this link, and you'll see all the different languages. So we just want English. So what we're going to do is download voices. And then here's all the various English languages. We're going to go to EN for English. And then US. And you'll see all these available models. Now I want a high model, supposed to make it smoother. I've done some testing and it is still robotic. So the most common is this Lesak right here. So you click here, you get to choose, right? The models will be high, low, or medium. So not all of them have a high, most of them just have a low and a medium, or just a medium, so go to high. And then you just need this to download this right here, this .onx and this .json. So go ahead and download both of those. Depending on if you're just using standard Windows, it'll come to your downloads right here. And then feel free to download other models if you want that may have a high one. I think Ryan has a high one. So you can download the .onx and the .json as well. And then assuming you're using PyCharm, you go to File, and we're going to need to import some packages. So the first one you'll need is Piper TTS. So go ahead and install that one. And then Sound Device right here. Go ahead and install that package. And then NumPy. And go ahead and install that package. And then once all three of those are, we're going to do pathlib import path, import numpy as np, import sound device as sd, and then from piper.voice import Piper voice. And then what you'll want to do is create a folder. So click on .venv and then new directory and call it voices under don't capitalize the V, and then go to your downloads folder. And I can't drag and drop into this, so I have to go to my PyCharm projects folder. I called this Piper test, I believe. Yep. And then go into .venv, and then you'll see the voices right here, and then I just drag and dropped all the models here. And then once it's in there, voice path equals path. And then this folder should match whatever you call this. And then just name the .onx file. And then voice equals Piper voice dot load string voice path. That's this. And then we're going to make a function called speak. So audio chunks for chunk and voice dot synthesize. We're going to pass it the text. We're going to use this audio int 16 array. I think if you find some boilerplate off of YouTube or ChatGPT, I think this defaults to 32. It doesn't work for me. I had to change it to 16. And then you can see the rest of the code. And then now you have a function whenever you want to call it, and you just passed it whatever text you want. So we'll do this random one here. Let me put in my earphone so I can make sure it works. And we'll press play.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
So it said subscribe to my YouTube channel, just a random string I put in. Still a little bit robotic, but that's okay. I think that's good for now. So the best thing is that the model is here in your program and it's offline, which is great. Other models are usually online, and so you have to have an internet connection. I can't promise my digital assistant will always be connected to the internet. So that's the first step. So now we're going to go into Unity, import the logo, and change our voice recognition programs to where it, instead of continuously run or just does it once when I press play, it's going to keep asking it so it can listen for the word Shane. And then I want the logo to animate. All right, so let's go to Unity now. All right, so we are back in our Unity program that we had. If you remember from the video where I implemented some speech recognition, we loaded a model into Unity, and now we have an offline capability to do speech recognition. In the previous video, I just had it transcribe in the console here. So in this video, we are going to have our logo animate when we pass it to Python. So I did two things before we go into Python. So I imported the logo like you saw from a previous video. I'll link all the videos in the description, of course. And so I did two extra things now. I modified the run whisper program. So now it continually listens to me, and so it's in a loop versus before where I just pressed play and it did it once and that was it. So now it loops, and the boilerplate code that you copy and paste from the Hugging Faces site, it iterates through each word, and I don't want that. I just want the final transcription. And so we'll see that in a second. And then the second code, and these codes right now are not related at all, is this logo pulse. So I added this to my logo game object, and it pulses now when I press the space bar. So nothing to do with the speech recognition yet. We'll do that in the next couple steps. But in our game object, we did add a, in the materials right here, or I'm sorry, yeah, in the materials, when I add this logo pulse script, it does have like a color that you can put. And then it also adds a base emission, and actually I don't know why there's two now that I'm looking at it, but it pulses now when I press the space bar. So I'll put all the codes in a GitHub that's related to this video, because there'll be some C# codes from Unity and the Python codes as well. So let's check this out in action. So I'm going to press play. Subscribe to my channel. So if we go to the console, it said subscribe to my channel. And now it is transcribing every time I talk. And it's just going to keep looping. And so as we build a real digital assistant, the wake up word will be my digital assistant's name, Shane. 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 All right, so you can see it transcribing now. So, and now I'm going to press spacebar so you can see the pulsing. See, that's pulsing now. Then I press spacebar and it turns off. You can see pulse off here. And then I press spacebar again and it pulses. So that is just a concept of the pulsing. What I want to do now is we'll start up a Python Flask program that retrieves the speech recognition input. And then when it responds, it will pulse. So not me pressing the spacebar anymore. Only when it responds. So I'll say Shane, and then in my Python program, I'll have it respond like yes sir or something. And when it responds, I want it to pulse as if it were talking. So I'll leave all of this on my GitHub that's related to this video, like I said in the description, if you want to use any of these codes. So now let's go into Python. Well, I'll have a boilerplate Flask program that acts as a server that runs on my local machine. And we will edit this run whisper code again so it passes the chat over to the Python program, and then the Python will respond. And then I will change this logo pulse as well so it does its pulsing thing when it responds. So let's go over to Python now. Okay, so I've made even more updates to this. And so now I have changed the speech recognition where I will send something to Python and then Python replies back, just sends a string back. And only when it sends a string back will the logo pulse. So this run whisper code is connected to my main camera. And I added a logo pulse code to it. In the previous clip, I showed you that if I press the space bar, I can trigger the pulse. And now I will do it automatically if Python replies. So let's start the Python program now. Okay, so that's our test server, if you will. And then we'll press play. Shane. Test. Shane. So there we go. So that is the next step, was to make it reply when it receives something back. So the final step I want to do now is upon hearing the word Shane, so I think in Digital Assistant vocab that's called the wake word. And so if it hears Shane, it will say something like, "How can I help you, sir?" And when it does that, the logo is going to pulse. So what we're going to do is bring in the Piper TTS, the text-to-speech library that we did, and then put this all together for a final initial starting program to have an animated digital assistant. So let's go over to Python and make those changes. Okay, so now I have put the Piper TTS video that we started with, or the code, and then merged it with my Flask code. And so I have created some assistant settings. Most of this is just ChatGPT, how to merge them both. But yeah, so this is a typical Flask up here, and then the wake word is Shane. When I put this on GitHub, if you're following along with the video, I'm going to blank this out. So I'll put a comment in here, use your own wake word. And then this is the similar Piper TTS code that we already went through. And then the Flask code, but now I changed it where if it receives nothing, it just does nothing. It doesn't send anything back to Unity anymore. That way it doesn't flash the logo. And then if it hears Shane, it wakes up. And then if the wake word was detected, it will wait for a command next. So that's, and then it's going to talk to us now that it has the Piper text-to-speech code on there. So this is just two codes that you've seen before, kind of. All of this will be on the GitHub. So let's play. Okay, so it's gonna load the voice model first, and now it is running. So now we go to Unity, and the only thing I changed here was I changed the run whisper code, and then just in case the run whisper we added to main camera, we did that in the video where we tested the speech recognition. But I added some changes to the run whisper code, and the logo pulse code actually stayed the same. And so with both of those all together, right, some modifications to Unity, and then merging the Piper TTS and the Flask code together, we should have a totally working system. So let's try that now. So before I press play though, because it's going to listen to everything we say, I'm going to say some commands that don't work first, and nothing should happen until I say Shane. So let's see. Test. Alexa. Alexa. Shane.
How can I help you?
Do something.
You said, do something.
Alexa. Shane. Shane. Shane.
How can I help you?
Do something.
You said, do something.
So there you go. As you saw, it I need to maybe make the recording samples go faster. So I had to wait in between it saying, hey, we found nothing, and recording again. So it missed one of the Shanes. Another thing, and this is probably maybe just how I talk, is it thought I said shame and not Shane. And so just have to be cautious on that. And then the logo only pulsed when we were, it was actually talking to us using the Piper TTS. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are as excited as I am to finally have kind of the user interface for this digital assistant I've been talking about for a very long time. And please consider subscribing to my channel to continue watching me do this. And thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.